Let me ask you a question. What if you could stop working in just 10 years? Not after 40 years, not when you're old and tired, but a decade from today. Most people hear this and instantly think impossible. They imagine you need millions in the bank or some secret investment trick only rich people know. But here's the surprising truth. Retiring in 10 years is not a secret. It's just math, discipline, and smart decisions. And by the end of this video, you will know the exact amount you would need to invest every month to make it happen. But first, we need to understand why most people never even try. For decades, we were told the same life script. Go to school, get a job, work 40 years, save a little money, and then finally retire when your energy is gone. That story is repeated so often, it feels like the only path. But ask yourself honestly, is it really the only way? Or is it just the system that keeps people working the longest? Because the moment you start thinking differently about money, everything changes. Before we talk about investing, we need to answer one simple question. How much money do you actually need every month to live? Not a luxury life, just a comfortable one. Think about your real expenses: housing, food, transport, utilities, some fun here and there. Let's say it adds up to $3,000 per month. That means you need $36,000 per year. Now, here's the powerful part. If you build investments that generate $3,000 every month, you technically don't need a job anymore. You might not be flying private jets, but you would have something far more valuable: freedom over your time. Now we talk about the force that makes this possible: compounding. Imagine planting a tree. The first year, it barely grows. The second year, still small. You water it, you protect it, but it feels like nothing is happening. Then something interesting happens. Around year 5, the tree suddenly grows faster. More branches, more leaves, more fruit. And by year 10, it's a full tree giving shade and food. That's exactly how investing works. The early years feel slow, painfully slow, and that's why most people quit. But those who stay consistent eventually reach the moment when their money starts working harder than they do. But there is something most people forget, and it quietly destroys many retirement plans: inflation. Inflation means your money slowly loses value every year. Something that costs $100 today might cost $130 in the future. So if your investments grow, but inflation also grows, your real wealth grows slower than you think. This is why smart investors focus on something called real return. Real return means profit after inflation, taxes, and fees. For example, if your investment grows 8% per year, but inflation takes 3%, your real growth is closer to 5%. And that number changes everything. So now we finally reach the big question. How much money do you actually need to invest every month if you want to retire in 10 years? Let's go back to our example. You want $3,000 per month. That's $36,000 per year. Most financial experts say a safe withdrawal rate is about 4%, which means to generate $36,000 per year, you need roughly $900,000 invested. Yes, that number looks big, but remember, you're not saving it alone. Time and compounding are helping you. Now we hear the math. If your investments grow around 7% per year after inflation, and you invest consistently for 10 years, you would need to invest roughly $3,000 to $4,000 every month. Now, for many people, that sounds impossible, and that is exactly where most people quit. But here's the mindset shift. You have 3 powerful levers: increase income, reduce expenses, extend the timeline slightly. If you only need $2,000 per month instead of $3,000, the target becomes dramatically smaller. If you increase your income, the investment becomes easier. If you take 12 to 15 years instead of 10, the pressure drops massively. Suddenly, the impossible starts looking achievable. But here's the real secret. Retiring early is not just a math problem, it's a behavior problem. Because the biggest challenge is not investing once, it's investing every month for years.
when markets fall, when life gets expensive, when motivation disappears. That's why the smartest strategy is simple. Automate everything. Automatic transfers, automatic investments, automatic reinvestment. Because systems beat motivation every time. Imagine this moment. You wake up one morning, you check your investment account, and it shows that your money made $3,000 while you were sleeping. That is the moment when work becomes optional. Not because you hate work, but because you finally own your time. And the truth is simple. The people who reach this moment are not the smartest. They're simply the ones who started early and never stopped. So, here's my question for you. If you wanted to retire in 10 years, how much do you think you would need to invest every month? Take a guess and comment below. I read every comment. And if this video helped you understand money in a simpler way, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who wants financial freedom too. Because the biggest mistake people make is waiting too long to start. And remember, 10 years from now, you will wish you started today.